Hey, good evening. Kathy Beatty here with Divorce Support Anonymous. It is Friday night where I like to come to you live for just a few moments to speak into your life, to give you hope, to give you direction. Having worked in the divorce world for the past 16 years, becoming a domestic mediator, holding support groups, divorce coach, life coaching, I want to help you succeed through this very difficult journey. So, as always, would love your comments. I also would love to see that you would let me know what topics you would like covered about divorce, after divorce, during divorce, legal questions. I can help guide you in what to ask your attorney, or I can bring an attorney on with me. So, let's get real and let's get where this program really relates. And I try my best to really relate to where you're at, but I don't know where you're at. And there may be a topic, I'm not sure how that would be, that I have not covered yet, because I've covered quite a bit in the past 16 years and written several books on the topic, which, by the way, I want to mention tonight. And I'm just going to start with mentioning it because I'll probably forget as the program goes on and I get into the meat of the content. But there are resources to help you. And tonight is titled, So the Divorce is Final, Now What? What do we do? And this is such an important stage. So I have some resources here that you can find on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, christianbooks.com. 30 Days of Healing After Divorce is available on Amazon. Amazon, very, very inexpensive. I take a topic for 30 days and I do a very short, I do a story on it, I do some thoughts on it, and then I ask you some specific questions. So for 10 minutes a day, you spend in this book. And then throughout the day, you think on the different topics. And we cover a lot in here. We cover giving yourself permission, the guilt gorilla, loss of self, shame, depression, sexual healing, choosing to let things go, a lot of really, really relevant topics. Because after you're done with the divorce, there's a huge amount of healing that needs to be done. So this is very simple, doesn't require a lot of time, but it gives you a place to really process your thoughts. So that's available to you. Also, Building Your Future After Divorce. This is one in the Suddenly Single series that I have written. This focuses on your future. The other book will talk about going through the process of divorce, but this one talks about building your future. And we cover about every area in your life. 8 weeks. And the plan is to develop a new life declaration, which you're working toward in each week of this book. And then at the end, you write your new life declaration. That could be very powerful and really give you focus and empower you to step forward because you have some direction that you have designed. Now, you can do that book in a group. I do that as a group, which I totally love. Haven't done it in a while. Need to. This summer, I'm kind of taking off and not holding support groups, but I'm certainly available for divorce coaching and domestic mediation. Final book I want to plug tonight and talk about is this little book, which is, it's pretty thin, it's pretty simple, but it really is an opportunity for you to process your first year after divorce. All of the firsts that you are going through. You're going through the first time of your anniversary date, or the first time of his birthday or her birthday or your anniversary, the first Christmas, the first Easter, all of those monumental anniversaries that come up that are uh, can be very paralyzing to you, and you don't know how to feel, you don't know how to act. And this journal really just guides you through it every month and every holiday and every first that you're going to go through. So those are available to you, very, very inexpensive. And from the feedback that I have gained, it's an incredible tool to help you focus on a future. So the topic this evening is the divorce is final, now what? So I work with support groups, as you know, and we do support groups and we're together for 10 weeks and we process everything and we We talk about the emotions of the decisions, and then we get to the end, and it's like, okay, I'm through the divorce. The divorce is final. I don't know where to go from here. I don't know what to do. It is an odd and peculiar time, but also a very powerful time for you to make some decisions that are going to help you move forward and not keep you stuck or distract you in different directions than you really want to go. So I've got 3 points here, and I want to develop these points. Did I say that you can ask questions? Absolutely, you can. The first point I want to make, what now? After the divorce is final, where do we go? Where do we begin? First of all, the word is slow. You've got to go slow. Why? Because you are disoriented, you are lost, you are directionless for the most part. Excuse me. I can say that because I was there and I've seen so many people. See, we will hurry and try to make things happen because we don't want to feel the pain that comes with this divorce. And what happens with that is we make a lot of mistakes. Excuse me, a lot of mistakes. We're going to make mistakes financially. We're going to make mistakes relationally because we want to hurry. We want to do anything but feel this pain. I'm going to encourage you to slow down, to slow it down. And I'm going to ask you to feel what you're really feeling. That is part of the grief process. That if you don't go through the grief process, this grief is going to come out in some odd and peculiar ways, such as your health, such as your going into false coping skills like drinking and drugs and depression, because you refuse to take the time to grieve. Grief is very, very important for you right now. We're taking it slow. We're going to take the time. We're not going to hurry this. We're going to feel what we're really feeling so we can deal with it. And hopefully you're not doing this alone. You have a support group. You have a pastor. You have a therapist. You have a really great friend who is knowledgeable on how to do this. Not just any friend who will listen to you, but a friend who can actually guide you through this territory. Just because they've been through a divorce doesn't mean that they are skilled to do this. You really do need someone like a divorce coach or a therapist or a pastor. And I don't know what the pastor that you might connect with, what experience he has, the training he has on this. But you really need guidance to move slow, to be grieving, to feel the feelings that you're feeling and not deny them or stuff them so that they poison you later. Moving slow also means to allow people to minister to you. I know for some of you men, this is hard to do, really difficult to do, because you are so used to being in control. And some of you women too, you are so used to being in control and being the strong one. You don't want to let someone help you or minister to you, because then that would show a sign that you're weak. You're not weak. You're human going through a trauma. Huge, huge difference. You're not going to depend on them for the rest of your life. You're going to get help through what you're going through. How critically important that is. We're going to go slow. And then we're also going to use this rawness, leverage this rawness to open our spirit up to the Spirit of God to minister to us, to guide us, and to help us. Now, I don't know your views of God. You may have been hurt by religion. I'm not talking religion. I'm talking the true creator who created you, the one who created tears for you to express your grief, the one who created all of the hormones in our brains that can be overpowering as we're going through this process. That's the God that I'm inviting you to search and to find. I have several verses here. I'll wait. I'll hold those to the later. to just kind of give us those wisdom, those key wisdom words. But I would encourage you to, with all my heart, I would encourage you to seek and open your heart up to God, who can minister and will minister to you if you allow Him to, and give you the wisdom that you need and give you what you need to proceed and really to direct your life in a way in which you've never been directed before, which is a good way because He has good plans for us. Okay, that's number one, go slow. Number two is simplify. Do not complicate your life right now. You need to move slowly and you need to simplify. Simplify things in money. Don't go do some emotional spending. Simplifying relationships. Don't jump into another relationship thinking that that's going to ease your pain. No, you have to deal. The only way to get through it is to get through it, not around it, through it. Simplify your life in money. Don't spend right now. Simplify relationships. Simplify in lifestyle. Live simply. This may mean separating yourself from some past relationships, and that's okay. That could be a very good thing. If you have some people who are guiding you in the wrong direction, this takes strength, doesn't it? And discipline and self-control. Really, really to simplify our life and to just stay focused on that slow path of healing and grieving and moving forward. So simplify as much as you can because life is so complicated right now. You just don't need to complicate it further with jumping into the next relationship before you're ready and you're not healthy and you're not healed. And so you're going to attract people that are the same. You're not going to have the strength to notice and react to the red flags in a healthy way. It just gets messy. Simplify your life right now. Huge, huge. Next is be specific. I wanted to stay with the S's. So slow, simplify, and get specific. What do I mean by that? I mean to discover what it is that you want. And you say, I don't know what I want. That's okay. That's totally okay. You have been focusing on with so much energy on a relationship that was so negative and so toxic. Of course you're disoriented and you don't know what you want. But that's why going through this book is going to be of help to you as it guides you through 8 weeks of discovering what is it that I want. I've forgotten what my dreams are. I've forgotten what my goals are. Spend the time to discover it. Discover also what you can no longer tolerate in your life. There's a really fun chapter in here about garage sale of the home and heart when we work through all the things that would no longer fit in our life. So get specific of what you want, what you do not, what you won't tolerate. Core values. Have you ever written out your core values? This is what is incredibly important to me. Well, this book gives you an opportunity to do that. And I think you will discover a lot as you use this book in discovering what are your core values. And quite honestly, you may not even know right now, or you've lost sight of them. Now is the time. Use this painful but powerful time to determine what it is that you want, to determine your core values, and journal. Oh my goodness, there's so much inside of us that needs to be processed and let out and released. And journaling is one way in which we can do that. And every one of these books give you opportunity in which to journal, to write out what you're thinking, to write out what you want. So very, very important that we proactively make a point to create a direction in our life. Now, I want to share these fabulous scriptures that only testify to what I'm saying. The plans of the diligent, which is who you want to be, the smart, the diligent, lead to abundance. But everyone who's hasty comes only to poverty. Listen to that. If you move hastily, you're jeopardizing your future. financially, and time. Time is the most precious thing. You've wasted enough with this divorce. Don't waste any more time by not having a plan. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. That is a promise of God that is so sweet. What does that mean? It means all the things that you need, not only the things that you need, but the desires of your heart. God is more in touch with and aware of than you are. Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but with an abundance of counselors, there is safety. Don't do this alone. Desire without knowledge is not good. And whoever, I can't read this, my thing's blocking it, makes haste with his feet misses his way. Don't miss your way. God has a plan for you, a beautiful future for you. Don't miss your way by being distracted and going off course because you don't know what your course is. That's why this work is so critically important. The prudent sees danger and hides himself, but the simple go on and suffer for it. Prudent, diligent, wise, smart, all the choices that you want to make after you go through the trauma of divorce. What now? After the divorce is final, a huge and beautiful future is what awaits you. This is Kathy Beatty with Divorce Support Anonymous, guiding you every step of the way through the trauma of divorce.